Hey, how is it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video for you. Today, we are going to be taking a look at another class build, this time around with the Gunslinger for all you hunters out there. That's right, you don't hear or see a lot of Gunslinger around, but it is still a very viable class, and I'm going to show you the setup that I prefer to run whenever we go with it. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a very quick look at
the feature comment of the day.
And today's comment comes to us from none other than ChinChecker26, and he says, I just got my first sword. Alright man, well congratulations on that, and look forward to you getting more of those swords. And remember guys, if you want to be the feature comment of the day, all you gotta do is like this video if you liked it, and go ahead and drop a comment in the section below, and I just might pick yours to be the very next feature comment of the day. Alright, so going into the Gunslinger class, let's go ahead and take a quick little snapshot here at what I like to run with. You can see that I got pretty high armor. I usually like to keep armor and recovery a little bit higher on my characters just to give them a little extra survivability, but you can feel free to adjust that around as you like. Let's get this started with the grenades. So first up, we have the Incinerate Blade, an explosive grenade that catches enemies on fire, causing additional damage over time. This is a pretty good zone control grenade. I'm going to throw a couple right here and just give you an example of what you can do with these. They got a very large blast radius and can be used very effectively in choke points where you know enemies are going to be running through. Can be good for area denial or just catching a bunch of them at the same time. And this is a very fun grenade to use, and I use it quite often myself. After that, we have a very interesting grenade, the Swirl Grenade, a grenade which detonates on impact, releasing multiple drones that seek out nearby enemies. Now they have to be pretty close for those trackers to go after them, but you can look here, you actually get quite a bunch of projectiles whenever you throw this, and they'll stay for a decent amount of time. This can be really good to use as a trap. So you see someone heading down a hallway, you know eventually they're going to come out into a certain section. A couple of seconds before they get there, you can drop that, lay an ambush, and wait. If your grenade doesn't finish them off, you can with just 1 or 2 shots. So this is a very sneaky grenade, and for people who like to lay traps and everything, it's not bad. I just think your other 2 grenade choices are going to be a little bit better than the Swarm Grenade. And last but not least, we have the Trip Mine Grenade, the good old Trip Mine, an explosive grenade that sticks to surfaces and detonates when enemies pass through its laser trigger. Now this did take quite a bit of a nerf here, not the last update, but the one prior to that. The Trip Mine used to be able to one-shot almost everybody except the heaviest armored Guardians. It doesn't do that anymore. You can't reliably get a kill with just a Trip Mine. You'll actually see here when I run this and I let it detonate on myself to where it almost kills me, but not quite. And I'm just a hunter, and I don't quite have max armor. So the Trip Mine can no longer be, used reliably to get that one-hit kill, which is kind of a shame. But I still like to use it, because if anybody's taking any damage at all, the Trip Mine usually will finish them off, or, it'll get them so weak that they'll run and then get picked off by one of your other opponents. That is, unless you set the Trip Mine and use it as a trap and, lay in wait for somebody. So as they come and get near it, if they take damage, you just have to finish them with 1 shot. But it's still very tactical. I still like using it a lot, but out of the 3, because of that recent nerf, I actually have started using my Incinerator Grenade, and I really like that change. If you haven't used it, go ahead and toy around with it. I think you guys will like it. Up next for your jump, you've got either the Better Control, upgrades double jump for better directional control while in the air, Triple Jump, upgrades double jump with a 3rd jump, or Higher Jump, upgrades double jump for even greater height. Go with the Better Control. You're going to be able to get quite a bit more movement speed through the air when you have this and the Bones of Ao equipped, so even though you don't, get that extra jump, the Bones of Ao give you an extra jump. Better Control really allows you to take advantage of the boost it gives you and makes you move much quicker while you're in the air. Because of the mobility options, for me it's Better Control all the way. The good old Golden Gun. Summon a flaming pistol which disintegrates enemies with solar light. You can either go with Deadeye, significantly increase the accuracy and damage of Golden Gun. This makes the hitbox insanely big for that Golden Gun, and you can pretty easily no-scope map people when you have Deadeye equipped. Up next, you have a Combustion. Killing enemies with the golden gun causes them to explode and does a decent amount of damage to nearby enemies. It's very possible to get multiple kills with this, just from that blast radius that happens on Combustion. And then you have Gunfighter. Very simple on this one. Reduce the cooldown of your golden gun, allowing it to be used more often. Out of the three, I prefer Deadeye. Some people will tell you it's a useless perk. It really is not. It makes that hitbox insanely large from a very long distance, and you're going to get shots and get them to hit that you didn't think were going to. Combustion is a close second, though. I do like Combustion. The only problem is in order for you to really get value out of it, the enemy have to be grouped up with several people near the same area, and when you're playing PvP, that just doesn't happen that often. Now, Combustion in PvE is pretty viable. I really like it to clear out large groups of enemies. So, just, pick your poison, but for me, I think Deadeye is going to be the way to go. Alright, your throwing knife options. Now, the throwing knife is a cool little fun extra grenade that you kind of get. It kind of acts like a grenade, kind of like the smoke for the Night Stalker. But it does a good amount of damage as well. A lot of people like to put the throwing knife montages together with a bunch of headshot kills. That's pretty fun, but it doesn't happen all the time. It can be a very useful weapon. It just has to be put in the right hands. But let's go ahead and take a look at our options. So, we have got the Circle of Life. Precision kills with your throwing knife reduce the golden gun's cooldown. So, if you're really good at getting precision kills with this and you just want your golden gun up as much as possible, Circle Life wouldn't be a bad option to take. Up next, you have the Incinerate Blade. A throwing knife catches enemies on fire, dealing additional damage over time. This can be really good, not as a way to actually hurt people, but because of that ticking dot damage that it has, it stops them from recovering their health and shields for, quite a few seconds, and that can be invaluable in a firefight. So while you might not get the kill from the burn, it still kind of puts people out of commission and makes them back off for a while, and that can be just the edge that you need in a firefight. Last up, we have got Knife Juggler. Precision kills with the throwing knife immediately resets its cooldown. If you are accurate with your knife and you can get a bunch of precision kills, you will always have a knife to throw. So for you guys who are really good at getting those precision kills with it, go ahead and try this out. It's really fun to use. As far as which one to roll with in the Crucible, it's a tough call. I really like Incinerate Blade, but I'm going to go with Knife Juggler. But these are really swappable just depending on your playstyle. If you're not quite as good with your throwing knives, getting those precision, Incinerate Blade may be the way to go. Or, if you're just a savant and can tag people on the head all day long with your blade, you probably will get more value out of Knife Juggler. Alright, for these here, for this column and this column here, again, just set it up however you like. You can kind of see I've got the most armor options going through here, and because I want the most survivability. But because of that, I go with the Path Unknown and, of course, Way of the Fearless. Now, if you like a little more agility or a little more recovery, adjust accordingly for your playstyle, but this is just the way that I like to run mine. For this column here, we have got either Scavenger. Picking up ammo reduces the cooldown of your grenade and your throwing knife. That's pretty cool, especially with the new ammo changes with the special spawning every minute. This can be, kind of abused. It's not a bad perk at all. Keyhole. Golden Gun over-penetrates and can damage multiple targets. Now, if you combine Keyhole with Combustion, you can take out very large groups of people. I have actually seen somebody with one Golden Gun shot take out 4 Guardians in a match because he had both of that combination. They were all grouped up together. So, in the right circumstance, Keyhole can be very, very beneficial for you. And then we have Gunslingers Trance. Precision kills increase your weapon stability, stacks up to 3 times. I am going to go with the Gunslingers Trance hands down. Biggest reason why is it gives me that stability on any precision kill with any weapon that I'm using. Throwing knives included, it doesn't matter. If it counts as a precision kill, it will proc the Gunslingers Trance. And being able to get that to stack on top of itself a couple of times is really good. Oh yeah, combine this with something like the hand cannon with that increased, accuracy on the first shot, and this is a very, very powerful perk for you to select. In our final column here, we have got the Chain of Woe. Again, your precision kills increase your weapon reload speed and stacks up to 3 times. You can kind of see a pattern between these two. The Gunslingers Trance and the Chain of Woe work very well together to give you increased reload speed and weapon stability, and it just makes your shots really, really accurate. And it's a really fun playstyle to mess around with. Go ahead and equip both of those and run around the Crucible, get some precision kills, and let me know what you think about it. Or we could do Over the Horizon. Increase the range of Golden Gun. In my opinion, I think this is a wasted perk. The Golden Gun already has a very significant range as it is, and if you happen to be using Deadeye, you're not gonna, notice much of a drop-off or anything using Over the Horizon. I can't really think of a time when I needed that extra range to get a kill with Golden Gun. So this is just, in my opinion, a wasted perk. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? We have got Gambler's Dagger. Gain an additional throwing knife. Now again, this is a very fun one to use, especially with Knife Juggler. Again, if you're good at those precision kills, you equip Knife Juggler, you have a Gambler's Dagger, and you're just going to be chucking knives at people all day long. Out of the 3, it's a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Chain of Woe. I want something that procs on everything, and the fact that it combines with your Gambler's Trance is a really nice combo. So that's the whole build right there, guys. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I also want to know what changes you do for all you gunslingers out there. But currently right now, with the way the meta is, this is what I like to run whenever I run my Gunslinger. Just a quick little tidbit here, if you guys didn't know, when you run into the tower, if you immediately go towards the hangar, you will actually be able to see your ship coming into the hangar. This is something that I've known for a couple years. I've never really told it to anyone though. It's just a cool little thing, and coming in any second, there she is. So yeah, you can mess around and try that, guys. That'll work with any one of your ships. But remember, guys, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, go ahead and smack that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, please, if you have improvements on this build or different things that you like to do, let me know in the comments section below. And if this is your first time to this channel, make sure you smack that subscribe button if you like this video, turn on your notifications, and you will be notified anytime I do another great video like this one. But as always, Guardians, this is LVnative. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.